My Destined 1, Tensura x Arifureta by Void Kane. Ch21. Brook's City. The group left the Haltina Sea of Trees. They were heading to the town of Brook in the Haihiri Kingdom. Agara. Hajime, Shia and Yu were on the motorcycle. Meanwhile Rimuru and Sakura were on the flying skateboard. Shia seemed happy to be riding her motorcycle, with the wind catching her ears. Sakura also looked happy, but it was for another reason. She was clinging to Rimuru. The skateboard wasn't that big, so she had to stay very close to him. And that made Rimuru feel every part of her body on his back. She also had her arms around him. She's really as in love him. Yu commented seeing the two of them. Hajime-san, can I do it that way too? What are you saying? My brother is single. Or so they think. I'm not. So stop being a slut or I might go back to calling you a worthless rabbit. Who? She stewed her cheeks in anger. Look, there it is. They spotted the town of Brook on the horizon and sped off. Filled circle, filled circle, filled circle. Hajime-san. Why'd I have to wear that? They were near the entrance and Shia asked Hajime. She was referring to the metal necklace that was around her neck. Hajime simply ignored Shia's complaints and they slowly walked to the city gates. Please wait. Show your status plates. The guard asked and Hajime and Rimuru showed their statuses, forged by seal. Hajime asked Rimuru to forge his plate too, so the guard wouldn't have any strange reaction. What about those two? The guard didn't ask about Shia's status plate as he thought she was a slave. Even Rimuru couldn't create a new status plate as the material used for that was all confiscated by the kingdom. Ah, we were attacked by monsters and they lost their plates. I see. Well, stop by the guild to buy new ones, have a nice stay. Okay, they obviously weren't going to suppress new plates. Yu doesn't even have an identity, that's because she's been missing for 300 years. And also if they registered her status it would show her vampiric abilities. That would bring big problems with the church that hates other races. Hajime-san, you see, that guard thought I was a slave. It's because of that necklace. Remove it. What a cruel, aren't we mates? Shia's necklace wasn't a slave necklace, but it looked like she didn't like being treated like one. Shia, a non-slave demi-human, would not be able to walk freely around the city. Especially an attractive one with rabbit ears. That would bring big trouble. Shia's cheeks flushed red. Mo. Hajime-san saying that I am pretty and that my ears are attractive. Ehehe. And just as easily she forgot her necklace. Boom. An explosion came from the side attracting stares. There was a man who had just been speared. Hajime, Yu and Shia didn't understand. Only then they saw Rimuru whistling in a "I don't know anything" mood. Rimuru, what was that? Hajime asked confused. Well, that idiot mercenary tried to pull Sakura-chan's arm, and since we are supposed to protect our companions, I taught him a lesson. Fufu. Sakura looked happy and hugged herself to Rimuru's arm with a smile on her face. Ah, and me here trying not to attract attention. Well, let's go to the guild and sell some things, we need money. They headed to the guild. Hajime opened the door to the guild. It was a very clean place with a few tables and a counter. Eyes approached them as they entered, specifically on the pretty girls. They simply ignored them and went to the counter. At the counter was a receptionist who looked like a classic chubby aunt. Too bad I'm not a pretty receptionist, right? She seemed to have guessed Hajime's thoughts, yet he wouldn't admit it. No, I never thought of that. The other adventurers were giving half-sympathetic looks even, they seemed to be saying, he was scolded by his aunt too. Haha. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild then, what is your business? I want to sell raw materials. Okay, then show me your status board. Is it required to sell stuff? No, but if you are registered as adventurers you will earn 10% more. I see. It has other benefits too, to register is 1,000 ruta. Ruta was used as currency by the humans of this world. That's fine then. Ah. My brother too. Yes. Now on Hajime and Rimuru's status board had an occupation. Adventurer, and a blue circle next to it that signified the lowest rank. Hajime then handed the goods to his aunt. Those are. She held her breath and looked at the items one by one. This is unexpected. You guys were in the Sea of Trees? That's right. How unpredictable. Since there are many good materials in the Sea of Trees, thank you for selling them to us. Aren't they common? You know. Humans get lost in that place because of the fog, so hunting magic beasts from there is very difficult. The receptionist paid them a good amount and also gave them a map to find good inns. Filled circle, filled circle, filled circle. The group headed towards an inn called the Masaka Inn. It was very highly rated, especially for the food and good bath. They arrived and there was a brown-haired teenage girl at the front desk. "Welcome to the Masaka Inn. Will you be wanting rooms or are you here to eat?" "We're not going to eat now. We're renting rooms, and I heard about the baths too." "Ah. Yes." She showed the available times and the price per time to Hajime. He scheduled some times and started talking about the rooms. About that. How many rooms are there?" "Yes. It can be a double and a triple." She figured one room was for the girls and the other for the boys. "Then I'll put the triple room near the girls' bathroom then." "No, actually it would be better near the bath. She realized that Hajime would be in the triple room. That meant that some of the boys would sleep with two girls. She stood looking alternately between the group and noticed that Shia and Yu were closer to Hajime and Sakura was hugging Rimuru's arm. "So, you three will be staying in the same room?" "Yes." She spoke with red cheeks. She seemed to have some perverted thoughts. The customers who heard this began to cast glances at Hajime after her direct answer. "No, let's pay for 3 rooms." Yu spoke and the customers who thought she didn't want to be with Hajime gave looks as if to say, "Take that." But her next words made the jealous looks come back. "Shia stays apart, me and Hajime in the same room." "What? I don't want to be left out, triple room is better." Shia spoke indignantly. "I'll be distracted if you're there." "What do you mean distracted? Hajime and I are going, you know." "Bwua. Don't say that here, it's too vulgar." "It's okay, I'll stay in the other room then." Shia agreed, embarrassed. However, at night a certain bunny girl would sneak into Hajime and Yu's room. The envious glances were already burning on Hajime. He decided it would be best to go upstairs as quickly as possible. "Rimuru, will you and Sakura stay in the same, Hajime had thought it strange that Rimuru hadn't said anything, but then he realized that he wasn't even here anymore. He looked around and saw Rimuru talking to a guy who looked like an information trader. They finished talking, and Rimuru looked a little discouraged. He approached the group again. "Ah, sorry. What happened?" "Well, nothing much. By the way, what were you talking to that guy about?" "About that? I was gathering information about someone, but I couldn't find anything." Rimuru asked the man about Chloe. He gave a physical description of her and her weapons. However, the man didn't seem to know anything, so Rimuru was discouraged. "Who?" Hajime couldn't think of anyone Rimuru had an interest in this world and asked. "Well, I'll introduce you when I find him." All right." He looked suspicious, but did not protest. At this moment the reception girl called out to them, still embarrassed. "Okay. 3 rooms for you." 3? Hajime-kun is going to sleep with Shia-chan? "No, I thought it would be okay for you and Sakura to sleep in the same room." He spoke this and went upstairs to his room before Rimuru could protest. Filled circle, filled circle, filled circle. Hajime tried to sleep, but he felt a disturbance. Yu was sitting beside him with a soft smile. Leaning closer, she gave him a gentle kiss, and he returned it. When they pulled away, he asked, "Do you want to spend time together now?" She nodded with a hint of mischief. Before anything more could happen, Hajime suddenly froze and narrowed his eyes toward the window. With an annoyed grunt, he pulled a blanket over Yu and walked to the window. There, outside the window, stood Shia and the inn's receptionist. Hajime-san, we were just checking on you. I'm just ensuring our guests are comfortable," the receptionist added nervously. "Get lost," Hajime said sharply. Shia yelped as he flicked a harmless rubber bullet toward her, sending her scampering away. He returned to Yu and sighed. "Problem solved. Let's rest." Yu chuckled. "Shia will need a scolding tomorrow." Agreed. Hajime lay back beside her, wrapping the blanket around them both. Elsewhere in the inn, Rimuru was soaking in the bath, enjoying the calm. Suddenly, he heard a voice. "Is the bath nice, Rimuru-san?" He turned to see Sakura standing near the doorway, wrapped in a towel. Sakura? What are you doing here?" "Well, I thought I'd join you. You mentioned how relaxing the bath is." But, this is awkward." Sakura giggled and stepped into the water. Don't worry, Rimuru-san. I won't take long. Rimuru turned bright red and focused his gaze elsewhere as Sakura sat nearby. She seemed perfectly at ease, washing up and occasionally glancing his way. Despite the situation, Rimuru did his best to keep things respectful. After some time, the innkeeper knocked on the door, calling out, "Time's almost up." "Oh, I guess I'll head out first," Sakura said, standing up and stepping out of the bath. Before leaving, she smiled at Rimuru and added, "Thanks for sharing the bath, Rimuru-san." Rimuru let out a deep sigh of relief as she exited, muttering, "That was too close." 5 more minutes. The voice of salvation came from the other side of the door. "Oh. Are you running out of time already? I think I'll go out first." Sakura said this and wriggled her way out. Of course she didn't forget to give Rimuru a kiss on the cheek before that. He could feel her patting herself on his thigh and then she pulled away. Sakura dried herself, put on her clothes and went out. And so the most shameful bath of Rimuru's life ended.